What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out something weird, actually. This is a game that took me back a little bit, I think. This is a game called Svarog's Dream. And the best thing that I think I can compare it to is when I was in high school, there was an RPG that was kind of invoking Diablo 1, while at the same time being an open world game. It had a very, very sort of immersive thing going on. It was from a time period where everybody hadn't quite figured out what action RPG meant just yet. It was a game called Divine Divinity. This game strikes me as being a modern sort of janky, one-man development, open-world RPG, slow-paced Diablo 1 style combat game like that. It's kind of like Divine Divinity and Diablo 1 had a baby. And so I've been playing around with the game for 2 or 3 hours now. I've fooled around with a couple different character archetypes. I started fiddling around with the game last night, and honestly, I don't think I've collected my thoughts about it just yet in the first couple hours, because there's so many different systems and things going on with this game, and all of them are at like different quality levels. It's kind of hard to appraise the whole thing as a product or as the sum of its parts. I'm having trouble with this one. So, we're just going to play for like 30 minutes. We're going to see if it's something that you like, if it's something that you want to check out, if it's something that you think is cool. In a lot of ways, this game reminded me of 2011, 2012, when the first big indie push was starting to happen. And in that first big indie push, you had a lot of people taking a lot of weird ideas and a lot of sort of janky projects and throwing them at the wall to see if they would stick. This game definitely feels like it's from that generation. As far as I know, one guy made all of this. That's it, just one guy hammering it out, created kind of like this big open world RPG with all these things to do inside of it and all these quests that you can undertake. At the 2 or 3 hours that I've played, my character's archetype right now is that I'm a druid. So when you start out in this game, you're kind of like a disembodied soul that's kind of hard to describe, and you possess a guy that was murdered on the road. He comes back to life with the blessing of the god of death, and everybody has kind of like their own quest line that they're trying to accomplish. So there's a bunch of different characters, and they all want to do different things with their lives, but the game is also a permadeath game. It's a weird one, and when you die, you like hop into somebody else's body or something. I don't know. I haven't died yet, so I don't know exactly what happens, but I've heard other people kind of like refer to it. Oh, that's a big one right there. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. Oh, buddy, he hits hard. Okay. All right. Fair. Let's go ahead and see if we can maybe stay away from him. What I need to do is there we go. I gotta frost him up a little bit. Luckily, this time around, I tried to fight this guy a little while ago, and he absolutely curb stomped me. Like, it was really, really ugly and bad. This time around, I seem to be doing a little bit better. We're actually kind of like holding our own. But if after watching this, you wanted to get the game for yourself, the game seems to be kind of like in a inchoate state. I don't know if it's early access or not. I've had like mixed signals with regards to this. So as far as I can tell, it's a completed product. However, the developer is still working on it, and the developer also has a Discord, which he said he keeps open specifically for like feature requests and for adding new mechanics. And he's also said in a couple different spots that there's still a bunch of mechanics that he wants to add to the game and that it's not done. And so I don't know. It's not listed as an early access product on the storefront. It's listed as like a full product, but it seems like the developer is still very much working on it and adding new things to it and is not happy with where it is right now. So once again, take from that what you will. But we're going to play for about 30 minutes, and we're going to see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or pass on. There is a link down below in the description. The game is $21, I guess, which is a really, really weird price as well. Like, this is honestly one of those games where just nothing about it seems to be standardized or judgeable versus like other products. It's a weirdie. On top of that, you'll also be able to find a link down there to my Discord and my Twitch stream, just in case you wanted to hang out live. So let's go get it. What am I doing right now? Well, there's a village or like an old watchtower over here that's been taken over by Biezes. I don't know how to say them. BJES. They're like ghouls. That's what they look like to me in English. They look like ghouls. They look like corpse eaters. And apparently there's an ancestral recipe that's up on this top floor that a guy wanted me to come and get for him. so that I could bring it back to him and he would be able to use it to enrich himself. And so it looks like we've got a strong poison potion right there. That's right, this game has crafting. Has all kinds of crafting. You've got weapon upgrading, you've got alchemy, you've got cooking. Lots of little mechanics in this game for you to fool around with. I haven't interacted with all of them yet, but not for a lack of trying. There were some boots up here too, some bronze heart boots. Let's see what we've got. So I know we picked up some bronze heart gloves or something like that as well, and I think I have bronze heart armor too, so the only thing we're missing is the helmet for that set right there. It's ancient forged armor. So it looks like the bronze heart boots, they lower my camouflage, but they give me a lot more magic armor. They give me slashing and blunt armor. And it looks like they take my piercing armor down. Bronze heart gloves look like they're an increase all around because I'm not even wearing gloves at the moment. So we'll go ahead and throw those on. Your character's appearance does change based on what you're wearing, but the characters in this game are preset. You don't get to remake your character in your own image in this title. You start out with 3 characters. One is a wizard, one is a ranger, and one is a warrior. All 3 of them have their own backstory and thing that they want to accomplish before they get permadeathed out. And it's your goal to try to accomplish that. For this guy, I think he's trying to free his family from... What is this guy trying to do? I don't remember what his main quest was. Yeah, so his family has been enslaved, and so he wants to buy them out of slavery. That's his reason for adventuring, basically. I guess slavery exists inside this world, which seems to be... They've got, domovoys and a few things in this game that I'm familiar with as far as, fantasy monsters go. So I'm guessing this is Eastern European lore as far as I can tell, but more than that, I can't really tell you because it leans kind of hard into it. If you're not from there... And you've never heard any of these stories before, I know some of the monsters, like the Domovoy and whatnot, from other things that I've consumed, but I don't know a lot of the nitty-gritty of, their forest gods and forest demons and stuff like that. There it is. Where's the recipe, then? Here it is, red amanita and wormwood. That should be it. How can I repair you? 1,200 bucks? Sounds good. I'll take the 1,200 bucks, man. The 1,200 bucks definitely more useful to a wizard than a bow. As far as your character goes at the beginning of the game, you can pick any of the 3 characters that you want. They have stats, though, and their specialization will each unlock kind of like a linear tree. So basically how it happens is each one of these tiers, you have 4 options that you can pick from. Once you pick one, it blacks out all the other options, or I guess in this case, reds out all the other options, and you move on to the next tier. So I'm a druid. That's what I wanted to do. I've always been a sloth. I'm not a big wizard guy, but I am a big druid guy. I've always liked the powers of nature and being able to, change the winds and change the weather and call down lightning on top of people's heads and have birds and wolves and things come out of the woods to help me. I've always found that to be really, really appealing as a gameplay tenet. And so I went with the druid in this game. I've got ice shards that I can throw at people. It seems to be a little overpowered. I haven't really found any challenge in the game so far after the first 30 minutes. The first 30 minutes, very deadly. After that, and once you get settled on in, I basically nuke everything. We've got Meditate, which allows me to get my mana and allows me to get my health back, which is very important because healing in this game is actually kind of a pain. We've got Freeze, which is exactly the same as Frost Nova in World of Warcraft. I do a little Nova, it freezes everything around me. I've got Underworld Energy as a passive, which gives me a chance to deal double damage. And I've got Presence of Mind, which allows me to refresh my cooldowns because, I'm a zoomer action RPG player. What I mean by that is I like that Path of Exile gameplay where it zooms and you're going 1,000 miles an hour and everything on screen is just dying to your aura. This game has long cooldowns and that doesn't work for me, so I needed something that made the cooldowns come back. However, we do have a mastery point to spend right now. We can get Black Hole, and it looks like it creates a black hole that it's just an AoE that we put on the ground, it looks like, that deals damage over time. We've got a curse that slows enemies down and opens them up to more damage. I've got Seismic Shove, which stuns people for 3 seconds and applies dizzy on them. And then I've also got Wind Sphere, which gives me more movement speed and lets me ignore the enemy's damage. I like Black Hole and I like the Wind Sphere. I like both of those. I'll probably take... Let's go with some mitigation, because I feel like I have DPS right now, and so I feel like mitigating might be a smarter idea. I'm going to have to redo my hotkeys as well, though. There we go. Now I've got it all set up. The game does feature fully rekey bindable stuff. It's going to take me a minute to get used to this. Like, I'm going to have to E, R, and then F resets my cooldowns. All right. I just had to, like, make sure I had this all locked down. And then over here, I need to put meditate right there. And then over here, I need to remove meditate. And then I need to put wind sphere right there on my 1 key. There we go. All fixed up. Other quests that I have around on the map. Actually, not that many quests right now. I do need to go to Bara down here, and I do need to borrow a mirror, basically. I got to get a mirror for, like, a magic ritual that somebody's trying to do. Fast travel does exist in this game. Once you find specific spots, you can just teleport in between them. I've got a torch in my secondary equipment slot so that I can see at night. It's very, very dark. I need to buy a mirror from a trader over here, though. It looks like he's out on the docks, so maybe we'll go talk to him out there. Every single city in this game does seem to have a plethora of quests, like 4 to 5 quests in each area. They range from things like realism, like helping out with a bear hunt, to I had a domovoy that was taking a shit on someone's porch, and he was every night, and he was trying to figure out a way to exorcise the demon to stop it to get taken from taking a dump on his porch, which was actually one of the more funnier quests that I've ever seen. The downside here is that the dialogue in this game is very, very simple. It appears to have been translated. That's perfectly fine. But the English in this game is very rudimentary, and there are lots of typos and grammatical errors. You'll see them around. If you're used to playing jank games, you'll be fine. It's all completely and totally understandable. It's just that those things exist there. Do you sell a mirror? I'm afraid I sold the last one. I'm more of a buyer here. Okay, what are you buying? All kinds of trophies, and I pay extra coin for them. Wolf skin, diamonds, bat ears, you name it. Excuse me, I have a mirror. Why do you need it? Can I have it? For what purpose do you require it? A man who looks like an imp in the swamp asked me to bring it to him. Does he call himself the Taskmaster? Yeah, he's the guy. I'm gonna give you the mirror if you tell me where he is. He's at the old ruined church in the hills. I know where that is. I'll give you the mirror once I see him there. I'll wait for you there. Uh-oh. So this game, one of the selling factors for this game is that it says that there's cause and effect. I haven't hit anything yet that's had overarching like causes and effects on the game map, but people on the forums are saying it's there, and the game is marketed as saying it's there, where quests will give you choice every now and again, and what you choose matters. So that guy might be going back to kill my boss. I don't know. We'll see. I work for a guy named the Taskmaster right now, and he's been sending me out on various errands, because I guess that's what he does. Get out of my face. Okay, done. I won't be in your face. I actually kind of need to go sleep. You sell trophies? Here, come here. I think I have trophies. Let me see your stuff over here. All right, so what trophies do I have? Alchemy ingredients. I got fish. I've got an opal stone. You can have that. I've got a red diamond. You can also have that. Oh, he's giving us like 5 times as much for these. Good. I think I sold everything else, though. No, I have a Biez skin. There you go. You can have that one. I have a boar skin. You can also have that. All right. I found a silver sword while we were in that last area, but I'm not a melee character. You can respec in this game, so if you have buyer's remorse about the build that you've chosen, and you end up not liking it, you can swap it out. I don't know if you can do it multiple times, but right at the beginning of the game, one of the main characters gives you this potion right here that respecs your character entirely. I've been holding on to it. I'm really, really happy with my decision to be a druid. I like druids. I think they're really, really awesome. So I don't plan on respecking, but if you're the kind of person that, you know, kind of gets like decision fatigue or decision anxiety, you do get a do-over. A well-known builder just moved into Bara Village to fortify the defenses of the place. As a side job, he is offering a home improvement to those that can pay for it. Is this something of interest to you? I mean, I do have a house. I did just buy it. Where's he at? I don't see him on the map. So every single day, there's going to be events that happen on the map, almost like if you've ever played an MMO and you've seen like a public event, this game kind of has that, but in a single player game, and they get marked on the map. Like that locket right there is one of them. This guy that's offering to upgrade people's houses is one of them. Usually they have like an icon on the map somewhere. but I'll have to find him first. Let me look around for a second and see if I can find him. I think this is our guy. Are you interested in upgrading your home with additional storage? It is 2,000 coins. Yeah, I'll do it. Why not? I mean, I don't know if it like added a chest or what it did for my house over here, but I assume, oh yeah, dude, it added a bunch of chests. That's actually super useful because I'm carrying around a lot of garbage right now, and I'm kind of like a pack rat when I play games like this. So, like, I never throw anything out. I hold on to each and every single object, no matter what, and I just never get rid of it. And so this storage is something that I was looking for desperately last night. I was trying to find it, and I couldn't quite find a way to store up my stuff. This is a survival RPG as well. You do have a hunger meter. You do have to babysit it. It has not been an issue the entire time that I've been playing the game. After, like, the first 10 minutes of the game, there's been more than enough food for me to cook and, like, provide for myself. You go hunting, like, 8 seconds into the game, just by yourself while you're free roaming and adventuring and exploring, and you'll have enough meat from, like, random deer and bears and boars and stuff like that that you can eat forever. But we found our guy, so that's good. There's also, like, a rudimentary crime system in the game, and it basically goes like this. If you touch anything that doesn't belong to you, everyone in town jumps you and murders you. That's it. That's the entire crime and punishment system. And since this game is permadeath, you may want to avoid that outcome. Alright, so I brought this guy his mirror. Your friend brought a mirror to me and we be ready now. Both of you can be working together on the next step. Do you know this dog? A random dog, don't mind him. That guy says he knows you. Yeah, just like you're helping me now. He be helping me in the past to kill a Dracovoch near one village. What's a Dracovoch? A terrible monster from the underworld which should remain there. Alright, so what's going on? The gods want us to kill a Baba Yaga. Myth says that she dies if she sees a reflection in a mirror. Okay, so where is she? To the west from this place. Make her look in the mirror. Why not just kill her ourselves? They're mortal on Earth, so they be paying us for that. Alright, I'll head there. It looks like, I guess they want me to kill Baba Yaga. It's an Eastern European game, alright? You know it's going to be like 14 seconds before Baba Yaga's involved. That's just Eastern European video games in general. Is the game longer than 8 minutes? Baba Yaga's probably involved. I hear the sound of wolves running around out here in the woods. In the woods, you can forage, you can pick up mushrooms, you can pick berries, you can use them to make meals and things of that nature. There's also free roaming areas that are not connected to any quest or anything else where you could just find loot laying around. I found a camp a while ago that had like a full suit of armor in there with a dead guy nearby with a potion near him like he was trying to drink the potion. And so it appears as though they've arranged the world to sort of tell these emergent stories from just bodies laying around and things of that nature. That's good because I like that kind of storytelling. I find that to be compelling. Oh my, there's wolves everywhere out here. Alright, wolves. Freeze thyself. Oh, that's right, I changed my hotkeys. There we go. A little bit of wolf meat inside of there, some trophies, so that's good. We'll take those to the trophy vendor. I've only played like the first couple maps as of right now. I haven't gotten super far into this one. So you're closer to the realm of true first impressions on this video than what I normally do here. Yeah, let's go ahead and, oh my god, just nuke them all. Okay, they're all gone and done. One big area of improvement is I think that the game could have a lot more impact to the attacking. To the hits that the player takes, that the enemy takes. Not a whole lot of imp. It's a little wispy. I played a melee guy for about 45 minutes before I went over to the druid just to check it out. And I did feel like the combat was a little bit slidey, lacking in impact a little bit, but for a one-man project of something of this scale, kind of hand-waveable, I suppose. Oh, I guess those trees are not walkable. Occasionally when you're working your way through a map and like killing mobs, so many weird little influences in this game. So they've got souls from like Dark Souls. Occasionally you'll kill an enemy and you'll get like a soul that you could pop in order to get yourself some XP. Just weird little references in this one. The game is all over the place, but it's not bad. That's the thing, is that it's got sort of a genuine nature about it that a lot of games are lacking nowadays. There's a genuine desire. You can tell this game wants to be good, And while it falls short in some regards, I'll give you an example. This game has a completely disparate art style that makes no sense. The icons don't match the game world. The UI, completely different from the icons. There's not a unified art style for this game. It may have been put together from assets. I'm having trouble telling, in all honesty. And yet, beneath that, while normally that would be kind of a disqualifying factor for being featured on my channel, there's a genuine earnestness to this game that you can feel inside of it, where like you could tell someone cared about this. This was not a product that was made to make a bunch of money. This was clearly someone who's passionate about RPGs, but maybe didn't necessarily have all the skill sets to make an open world one by himself when it came to like rigging and animations and map design and stuff like that. Still managed to get all this put together. There's a genuine truthfulness to this game where you can tell it's trying its hardest to be good. And that's something that's lacking a lot of the time from games. I believe we have found the entrance to Baba Yaga's lair. So I'm going to do my... What's this guy? Is he okay? He appears to be fleeing for his life. Sir, do you need assistance? You appear to be chewed on by a lot of dogs right now, and considering that I am a powerful conjurer of very expensive tricks, by the way. I get paid a lot for these missions. I can save you. You just got to stop running away, man. You got to stop running. There we go. All right, let me clear all these doggies off you. All right, I done cleared all the doggies off of him. There are balance and polish issues to this game. Things like the typos and the text that I was talking about, but also just balancing issues, like some of the abilities seem way, way better than some of the other abilities. They are flatly stronger. This isn't particularly a problem if those abilities are sort of weighted towards the end of the game, but for example, the Frost Shard spell that I have right here, it's super good for a level 1 spell. Like, it buries just about everybody in one cast, unless they're like a mini-boss or a major boss. I'm not going to read all that. You guys can read all that. I probably should read all that, because it probably has something to do with the quest. But the game does have quite a few lore blurbs inside of it. There's little scrolls, little world-building exercises all over the place. Hello, Baba. Whom do we have here? Hee. A traveler. Tasty traveler, should I say a hasty traveler. Stay here and let's talk. Okay, who are you? I may be just an old lady, but I have something for you. You hungry? What are those dead bodies around you? It's dirty and I need to clean. I have a gift. Eat the apple and I will consider taking your gift. Okay, let's exchange gifts. Eat the apple and then I will examine your gift. Eat the apple, it will nourish you. You are too thin and you need to eat more. I don't think it's gonna nourish me. Oh, it gives me 10 experience and a random skill? Nice! And I got intelligence as my random skill. In this game, you do have attributes. They all level up just like Skyrim. So as you use them, they level up. Getting punched in the face gives you more endurance. Reading notes that you find in people's houses and off the ground and casting spells gives you intelligence. Running around unencumbered gives you dexterity. Alchemy is obvious. Bravery is from fighting enemies higher level than you, and it increases your morale cap, which gives you resistance to being CC'd. You can also pick up talents as you're playing the game, so the various things you do, there's secret talents in this game. I didn't have strong or headhunter when I started out, and I got strong from fighting a bear with a sword. It gave me strong. I don't know if that's specifically what it comes from or if it was just random, but that's what happened. Headhunter, I didn't even notice that I got, so when you kill an enemy, there's a 10% to... That's really good, too. That's really, really solid. You also get virtues. I haven't gotten the virtues yet, but apparently these are sort of like roguelite advancements that go along with the permadeath system, that if you die, I guess your virtues get passed down to the next character just to make them net stronger from level 1 than the rest of than your previous character was when they started out. That's my guess as to what it is yet, but I haven't gotten one yet in the first couple hours of the game. All right, I ate your apple. Let me take a look at your gift. Uh-oh. Did I do a bad thing? You killed our sister. I just gave her a mirror. A gift that is not paid properly. Do you want to look in the mirror? I mean, it's just a mirror. The receiver decides the value of the gift. Who are you? You dare to ask after what you've done? I'm leaving. You're not going anywhere. You're going to get a gift from us. An apple? We will give you each 5 more apples if you agree to eat the other one's heart. What? So I can get 5 level ups and like a whole bunch of skill points if I just murder my quest companion, the guy that gave me the mirror? So basically it's the prisoner's dilemma. I know that in the prisoner's dilemma, you're supposed to always act selfishly, right? That's the logic of the prisoner's dilemma, is that it's always logical to act in a selfish way when everyone else is being offered the same deal to act selfishly. So we can save our companion and take no witch apples. We will have slower hunger in the future. We will get more light experience, which is important because I am a light druid. I only have 1 or 2 evil spells. This one over here allows us to eat more food. We let our companion get eaten. I'm going to be a good guy. So I'm kind of like a patsy in video games. I find it fundamentally impossible to do bad things in video games. I always feel guilty. I was raised like hyper-religious, almost like Mennonite, to be almost... I was raised to be ridiculously truthful and upright at all times, and even though I'm not religious now, I still got like this terrible feeling of guilt whenever I have to do something bad, and that transfers to fake characters in video games too. I don't want to hurt their fake digital feewees. Thank you. I mean, you could have picked to eat me too, man. I thought it was a prisoner's dilemma type deal. Oh, hold on. There's a rare mushroom over here. I think it's called God's Gift. I don't remember what it's for, but it's a higher quality one over here. This game does have qualities. There's like 10 of them from what I can tell. They go all there's basically from junk quality, like at 0 all the way up to the highest I think I've seen is like godly or something like that, which was 9, and like its name was written in red. So there's a lot of Diablo style loot in this game if you're looking for it. Hopefully we get a decent reward for this, man. I'm not down with being broke. You can't pet the dog, by the way. I tried. That's the first thing I tried to do. Well, actually, I think I saw there might have been something in the controls about it. Oh, you can pet animals. It just has a dedicated key. There you go. So you just gotta press the C key. It's kind of like a hidden interaction. And in fact, I got a achievement for it. It's starting to rain. The witch is dead and has 2 other sisters. So the mirror trick worked. I know. We'll search for him and hunt him down. I got a new job for you. Before I tell you, I'd be ready to be answering any question you want. For whom do you work? I work for the one God, the one which will be replacing the old gods. Who is one God? The Father of Christ and the Father of... Oh, so there's kind of like a duel between the old gods and the new gods. As a druid, I feel like I may have just messed up. And what do the old gods have to say about that? They're angry, but it don't matter no more. All right. What do you know about me? Vele's be releasing you from the underworld. And why did he do that? It's his plot. It says that he can change the destiny of us all. What happens when I die? I'll send you back as someone else. And what if I work against the old gods? You should be doing that. Make their plot be working against them. All right. What's your task? Strybog is losing his horn and we need it. Who's Strybog? The old god of the wind. And why do you need it? It'll be moving power of the wind over to the one god. Oh, dude, this guy is they're Highlandering the old gods, bro. Old Cristo is rolling up in here, man, speaking Latin. He's stealing everybody's powers. And where did he lose that at? To the northeast, there's a place filled with night creatures. You'll find the horn there. You know, I'm a druid. I have to work with the old gods, right? If I was playing like a paladin or like a Templar right now, I'd probably go along with this. But I'm a druid. I feel like I worship the wind and I worship the thunder and I do all those things. So I got real bad news for Jesus. Jesus isn't going to like some of the decisions that I make in the upcoming storyline turns. But this is Svarog's dream. It's an interesting, unique, earnest title made by one guy in a world full of generic, boring knockoff card games and knockoff Vampire Survivors games. It's a game that's daring enough to have its own identity, and just like Cygnus Enterprises, which we featured a day or two ago, I dig that. I tend to put a lot of value on novelty. Some people don't, but I do, because I churn through so many games on a daily basis that I see so many cynical asset flops, knockoffs, copies, people trying to rip me off and make me look like a fool on a daily basis, that it leads to a certain degree of cynicism and also exhaustion with the industry. This is not one of those games, and while it's by no means perfect and would greatly benefit from a unified art style and a whole bunch of proofreading and a bit more expansion of the prose to be a little bit less terse, and it could have tighter combat, and everything here is still enjoyable and fun, I think anyways. It reminds me of like a janky one-man Divine Divinity. If that sounds cool to you and you've got the stomach for games like Elix or whatnot, or Piranha Bytes games, it has that energy, and I think you'll be okay. My biggest complaint about the game is just that it's toothless. The game is too easy. It's way too simple. Like, there's no challenge to it, or at least I haven't found any challenge so far. For when it said it was a permadeath game that forces Iron Man, I got nervous about it. But after I played for a couple hours, I basically like two-shot everything. And so I think the game could afford to be a little bit scarier and like push the player a little bit harder. And I think that's probably the biggest thing. But those are my observations after the first couple hours. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were messing around with just a weird little indie RPG. Just a strange little RPG made by one guy called Svarog's Dream that's just got so many moving parts on it. Some rotating, more lubricated than others, but they're all there. I'll see y'all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. And that's all I got for you. Bye, folks.